be more effective with your search budget. So what that means is Google AdWords, you're spending dollars to show up 1, 2, 3, whatever position it is, but you're essentially putting dollars behind targeting certain keywords that your prospects might be searching for that are related to you. And so this is one of the most common forms of digital marketing because someone is actually searching for your product. The conversion rates are a lot higher than someone that might be interested and you're targeting them on Facebook. That's more brand. This is someone actually looking for that product or service. With that, why I guess people are being ineffective with the budget, or how you can get more effective is, did you know that you can actually target people on search that have previously engaged with your brand? There are a couple different ways to do this, through YouTube, through Google Analytics, through a couple different ways of tying it all together to then target someone when they actually do that search. Just want to go through a little scenario on what you think or how you would convert a little bit better. Looking for a plumber, you type in plumbers in my area. Sure, you do need a plumber, but you click on the first ad, not so much. Leave, go to the next one. They may come back, they may not, but they're essentially at this point engaging for the first time and trying to figure out who is the company that looks legitimate, who they actually trust to do this type of work. And so, sure, you're going to get some people because they need that service, and so you're going to get the sales. Or we can go route number 2, a little bit different scenario. With YouTube, you can target people that have done previous Google searches. So let's say they have a leaky faucet. You can create a video on how to fix a leaky faucet, which, hang on, I know it sounds weird because you're a plumber, you want to try and get that business, not teach them how to do it. But so you create that video and then they're on Google searching for how to fix a leaky faucet, whatever it may be. They then go to YouTube and start watching whatever music video, whatever they're looking for, or even looking for videos on how to fix a leaky faucet. You can target them with your video, an instructional video that shows them how to fix it. Now, where this will come into play is people are busy, people don't want to take time fixing their own things. And so you show them that, cool, they consume it, they try it, but then they finally get fed up with it. They then go to do a search. When they go do that search for a plumber near you, who do you think they're going to go with? Someone that they've never seen before, or someone that tried to help them fix it? They couldn't figure it out. So they see your brand name, they've recognized it from the video, they're going to go to your site. And so you let me know what you would probably convert on. Someone that's trying to help you out, you can't figure it out, so they're there whenever you need them. And so why so much budget is getting wasted on search, or why people are being ineffective, is there's so much budget that is going out to first-time visitors or people that have never engaged with your brand, which creates so much opportunity. Most of the time, basically, there's 70% of budgets go to first-time visitors. And the reason why it's not 100% is some people are going to go to your site, leave, do a search, and come back. You're not necessarily targeting them specifically. It just so happened that you showed up. But 70% of budget goes to first-time visitors. When it comes to search, we need to flip that. Sure, you could use search as a prospecting tool, how to fix a leaky faucet, whatever it may be, but because the cost per clicks are so expensive, it's tough to prospect there. When you can use YouTube, you can use Facebook or Instagram to kind of create the awareness, and when they engage with those, these platforms, you're looking at cost per views. So to get someone to watch 30 seconds or more of a YouTube video, it's literally 2-3 cents. And so if it's only costing pennies to get someone to actually, when they have the ability to skip it after 5 seconds, if they actually consume it all the way, it's only costing 2 or 3 cents. You can take that person and then target them. And so it's just a matter of shifting budget, first time users, and introducing the brand to when they're actually ready to make that purchase. And so with Facebook, all those, you're looking at clicks that are about 10 times cheaper than Google. And so your budget can go further. You can reach more people through these different channels because it's cheaper. And so you really, because it's so much cheaper, you want to be mindful of where you're spending your dollars on those more expensive clicks on the search. And so with millions or billions of searches being done every day, there are a lot of searches for plumbers for whatever it is that you do. Chances are you don't have the budget to reach everyone that is searching. And so why not cut some of the people out that have never been introduced to your brand and just be more efficient with your budget and be more selective in who you're showing these ads to when people are actually searching. Now, you may have a question on what type of audiences can I target, what type of audiences can I build? And there's a couple different things that you can do to tie different channels in, with the central place being Google Analytics. Going back to Facebook, you can target people that do it yourself home projects, something like that. And so you get the click at 80 cents, a buck, because it's so much cheaper, but now you've identified an audience that might be interested in a product or service that you have. And so you drive them from Facebook, and basically how we can target them is through what's called UTM parameters. And so we can bolt on identification areas or things in a URL that we can append it to the end of your website and your URL. And so once they hit the website, Google Analytics will say, because we labeled this as Facebook, they came in through Facebook. And so we can build audiences based off of these different UTM parameters. And where this comes into play is if you have an audience on Instagram versus Facebook, you can target them on search differently. And not so much differently, but you can look at the performance differently. So if you create an audience on Google search for people that came in through Instagram, and create another campaign for on Google search with the same keywords for people that came in through Facebook, you can then see on the search side, where are people converting more, or where are we being more efficient? It might cost a little bit more per click from Facebook than Instagram, but people from Facebook convert at a higher rate, ultimately driving down the cost per conversion or the cost per sale, whatever it may be. And so it's really being methodical in where are we reaching these first-time users, and where are we spending these budgets for reaching these first-time users. But then once they come down to the bottom part of the funnel is, from the prospecting, what is driving a higher engaged audience, or what is driving a better prospect? And so 80% of budgets are spent on search in the wrong ways. And so really just shifting budgets, shifting dollars, and where you're prospecting and reaching these first-time users and driving them all the way down can have a huge impact on your cost per sale or cost per lead, which ultimately, if you're driving more sales and leads with the same amount of budget, your ROI is increasing. And so you can target people that engage with your website, that come in from different marketing channels. For example, people that engage with the site, Google Analytics will show baselines. So if all 100% of your people that come to your website are typically staying for a minute and a half or longer, let's take the people that have been to your website for a minute and a half or longer and target those people on search. But we don't want to spend budget on people that spent a minute and a half or less because they haven't engaged enough. And so now it's a matter of, how do we target these people on search that have spent a minute and a half or longer? We target them on search, get the conversion, but then we don't discredit or disregard this audience that stayed a minute and a half or less. It's a matter of, maybe they didn't reach the content that they needed in order to stay longer or consume more of your information. It's okay, if they left really quickly, what else can we message, or what other value can we bring to get them back to the site so that they stay a bit longer, and then fill up that audience pool where we can then convert them on search. And so it does take some time to think through, how are we messaging across channels? How are we tying the different channels together? How are we measuring that, on top of what is the right budget allocation for each channel that's going to be the most efficient use of our dollars? And so that's personally what I love to do is figuring out, maybe we need a little bit more money in prospecting so we drive more awareness. Now that we've done that, we don't have enough budget for the amount of audience that's in our search, so we shift some budget here. And it's using the data and Google Analytics and tied to your CRM or your back-end data to really see, from a financial standpoint, what is driving a more positive ROI, and then taking those dollars and just literally being the most efficient with those dollars. And once we tap out the efficiency there, it's just a matter of scaling and leveling up. If you want to continue to grow, if you're happy at where you're at, we'll just keep doing what we're doing and try and find new ways to get more bang for our buck. Find different platforms that are outside of Facebook, Instagram, that maybe Pinterest drives a 50 cents a click, so we can drive twice as much traffic there, but does it convert later? And it's just continually testing in where can we find new audiences that can actually engage with our brand. And then when they actually go to do that search, what is it that we need to say to get them to convert? And then it's identifying the areas in which that conversion actually came in from. So my question to you would be, how much money are you spending on paid search? How much of that budget is actually going to first-time visitors to return visitors? Are you doing anything to message on other channels such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be? If you're paying for that click, are you ensuring that you're continually communicating with them? And so taking a step back and auditing where are your dollars going, are you making the most of those dollars, and are they working best for you? It's a matter of figuring that out. And once you get that figured out and start testing a little bit more, shifting dollars from here, there, new platforms, you'll start seeing outliers, and you just continue to expand upon them, and along the way you'll keep finding those little golden nuggets, and over the course of the year you're gonna look back and just see growth in your company, and that's essentially what you're looking for. So take a look at your AdWords account, Google Analytics, and see where people are coming from, where there's opportunity to carve out people that might not be interested or might not convert, and allocate those dollars towards people that are ready to buy and that are more likely to buy. It just makes sense. If you're spending dollars, they need to be the most efficiently spent, and so it's a matter of just looking and doing.